So I was actually on my phone when I saw this because ChatGPT has become my note-taking app. Whenever I have an idea or I'm just on the go and I'm brainstorming, or actually even if I'm laying in bed, I grab my phone and I'll type in what I'm thinking, and I'll sort of start a brainstorming session and take notes at the same time while I'm on my phone. And I saw this pop up: GPT Mentions Beta. Type @ to mention a GPT and add it directly into your conversation. I didn't try it at the time because I was thinking about something else and I wanted it out of the way, so I just clicked the X. So I came back into ChatGPT later on my desktop here on my iMac, and it's not there. But if you actually type the @ symbol, you'll see here it says search recent and pinned GPTs. And you'll see a list of the GPTs that I've created, my Elvis Chat King GPT, as well as my Culinary Helper GPT. These are ones that I've created, but these are some other ones that I've taken a look at, or the default DALL-E right here that I've taken a look at. So recent, or search recent and pinned GPTs. Then it has this option to create a GPT, which takes you over to the GPT editor. So those are the only ones showing up now. So for example, you can't type in here and it doesn't go, or when you type in here, it doesn't go search the GPT store. It's just the ones that you've actively used already, or you've recently used, or you have actively pinned over here on your taskbar. So if I was to go over here and open the sidebar, you'll see the ones, these are mine, the ones that I've created. So if you created your own GPT, you'll see that here. Then you have the one here that I recently used. And I don't know if this is pinned or not. Looks like it is pinned in the sidebar. Then of course, if you click Explore GPTs, that takes you over to the GPT store. So what are we looking at here and how to use this? So what I did is I went to ChatGPT and I just typed it in a command. I didn't set any context. I'm not thinking about actually creating a blog post. I just want to get a feel for this first look of this @ mentions functionality to see how it works. So without setting any context, I type in outline a blog post for the topic urban balcony beekeeping. You can see here it just lays out an outline. And then I'm like, well, cool. Now let's use the add function. And what I did here, continue with this outline and topic for a blog post. But when I typed in this prompt, or I gave it these instructions, you can see now that I was in the fully SEO optimized article FAQs, of course, then, which kicks off that GPT. So for example, let me go back up here because I skipped over that real quick. So I typed this prompt. This is now the context. It has set the context based on the instructions from that GPT, or has entered that GPT, versus me having to go start a new chat, or like it is now, switch to 3.5 or switch to plugins. We've seen this with plugins where once you set your plugins, you can't go select other plugins. You're stuck in that chat with those plugins. So what's happening here is I'm switching context. So now let me show you what I've seen so far. And again, this is a first look. So let me know in the comments what you've seen so far. And of course, let me know some of the GPTs that you're using and if this is helpful to you. But I see a potential here. So for example, continue with this outline and topic for a blog post. I have it write this, but let's say that I enjoy the FAQ section that this GPT creates from the creator here. Of course, he's marketing his GPT here. That's a side note there about how to actually use the GPT store to make money. And the thing is, this is pretty cool. I like the way that he does these facts. But if I come down here and now I want to switch the context and I want to do a different blog, you can see here I have, if I type down blog, automated blog post writer, because I don't think, no, this one doesn't have blog in its title. So if I wanted to switch something else, for example, the automated blog post writer GPT that I've looked at, the income stream surfer SEO content writer, say, for example, there was something here I wanted to compare, I would enter this GPT by clicking on it. Now you can see it's talking to Income Stream Surfer's SEO content writer. So GPT, the chat that you're in, is actively going out and utilizing that context, or setting the context and speaking to that chat GPT. And as a test, I'll just say, please enhance this blog post just to see what happens. Now remember, this command isn't going to the chat GPT with no context that I started. It's also not going to the previous one. You can see that it started that context no matter what chat. So go back up real quick just so you understand. When I started this chat, I was in ChatGPT, just a vanilla or a plain basic GPT-4 context or chat. And then I said, outline a blog post. And then it gave me the outline. Now, when I went to the fully SEO optimized article, including FAQs, and I said, continue with this outline and topic for the blog post, you could see here that it ran the instructions no matter even what my prompt is. But this actually took my prompt or took my instructions where I said, continue with this outline, and it started. So continue with this outline and topic for a blog post. Then it ran the instructions. Its first instruction is to give me that link to go to his website. But then you can see it actually took the title, Urban Balcony Beekeeping, a Beginner's Guide to Fostering Buzz in the City. Now, was that my title or did it make it up? No. See, it took that title from the original chat that I was in. Then it started introduction, section 1, understanding urban beekeeping, getting started with your bee balcony, caring for your urban bee colony, harvesting and utilizing your balcony bee products was section 4. I wanted to focus in on that one because it's pretty unique. And then here you can see that it's running the GPT first with his link to his website, then the title and the SEO meta description, then the introduction, understanding urban beekeeping, getting started with your bee balcony, caring for your urban bee colony, and then here is the harvesting and utilizing your balcony bee products. And I wanted to show you how it set that context, but it did take the instruction. Now, when I went to the next one and I switched context again, and I said, please enhance this blog post, you can see that Income Stream Surfer's SEO content writer, the one that I'm talking to right now, asked me, what website am I writing for? Well, I don't have a website, but these are the instructions, or inside of this GPT, this is the set of questions that has been instructed, or this GPT, Income Stream Surfer's SEO content writer, and it can get a little confusing here, but this GPT has been instructed to start off with this question to set the context, so then you can go to the next instruction inside of this GPT. So let me just carry on with this, and I'll just say I don't have a website yet. And then let's see what the next one asks for. Ask for internal links that the person wants you to use. So you can see that this is the step-by-step GPT. So calling this GPT is really not doing me any good. So let's go ahead and back out of that GPT and open it up again. And then here we have automated blog post writer. We'll go ahead and we'll try this one. And then we'll say this again just to see what we get. And then see what this GPT is going to reply. And again, remember, this as a first look, without seeing anything really on this and not going up and looking in a documentation, you can see that if the GPT is set up like Income Stream Surfers is, it's just going to ask you questions. If you can't satisfy the requirement for what website am I writing for in the Income Stream Surfers content SEO, then it's just going to take you to the next question. So that GPT sort of set up to satisfy the requirements before it can start working, where here you can see I said, please enhance the blog post, and I told it, or I gave that command now to where it's talking to the automated blog post writer. It's going to give me information. It's going to say, to enhance the blog post on urban balcony beekeeping, let's infuse more depth, practical advice, and engaging storytelling. We'll enrich these sections with detailed tips, personal anecdotes, and a conversational tone to truly resonate with the reader. So then you can see now it is using the same title, the meta description. It's also keeping my headers, because here again, harvesting and utilizing balcony bee products. And you can see here that it's flowering up the language a little bit. And you can see, imagine stepping onto your urban balcony to the gentle hum of bees. Down here, when it's talking about harvesting and utilizing your balcony bee products, harvesting honey is the sweet reward for your efforts and its care. If you were to go up and look at the original paragraph to see what they wrote, you can see here, harvesting and utilizing your balcony bee products, the rewards of beekeeping are sweet. It's very just to the point and direct. It's not really building that imagery or, writing it sort of in that language where it's saying, this is the sweet reward for your care. So, you're going to get something out of this. You're going to get the honey. But the idea and the concept here is I am switching that context. And then you can see here, it gave a FAQ section. And then you can see it gave a little more information based upon that automated blog post writer session. So then I can close that. And then now I'm back to the ChatGPT section that I started with. And then I could say something like, please compare the content for the sections harvesting, utilizing your balcony bee products, and give me the tone and style for each piece of writing. Again, remember, I'm just now prompting ChatGPT the original prompt. So what I'm hoping it'll do is it'll go back up to that chat. It'll look at the original version, and you can see here the content, guide to safely harvesting honey and beeswax, tips for processing, tone and style. Then you can see the enhanced version, or the version that I used. It's calling it the enhanced version because that's the language that I used. Please enhance this blog post when I switched context or I spoke to the other GPT. And then you can see here, it's giving me the tone and style. And it's 2 different tones, 2 different styles, because it came from 2 different GPTs, which the entire point of a GPT is to set the context and the tone and the style and do all those little things that make that GPT unique. But you can see here now I have the ability to switch, and it's pretty cool just by being able to do that, but you have to actually pin it or recently use it. And then again, like I said, right now, it's just the first look and it's kind of just me playing with it. I would really have to sit down and sort of hammer out the process. And during my brainstorming sessions, I will most definitely be doing that. Of course, just having one good idea and seeing new things about this technology as it changes opens up and gives me new ideas and more ideas to brainstorm. But this was a first look at it. I do hope it was helpful. Also, if you're interested in my ideas and some of the brainstorming sessions that I have not on camera, there's a link in the description. It'll take you over and you can check out one of those for free that I've unlocked in my brainstorming or my profitable idea vault. So check that out and let me know in the comments what you're doing with GPT or GPTs. That's pretty confusing, right? What you're doing with ChatGPT and or GPTs. I'd be really interested in hearing what you're doing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.